So the question is, determine the maximum power transferred to RL. So here the circuit contain only resistors. So P max is VTH squared by 4 RTH. So we need to find out both Thevenin voltage as well as Thevenin resistance. So first we find out the Thevenin voltage VTH. So to find out VTH, we have to remove the load and replace it by open circuit. So let's remove this load. Load is removed and this voltage is the open circuit voltage, which is VTH. That means the voltage at this node can be written as VTH. So this is VTH. There is another node here. The voltage here is V, let it be V1. Then this okay, but this V1 is 20 volt itself, right? So we can directly write this voltage as 20 volt and let this voltage be V1. Okay. So now we can write node equation for with respect to node V1 as well as to node with respect to node VTH and find out VTH. So first we'll take this node. There are 1, 2, 3 branches associated with it. Here current is flowing outward. So the equation for with respect to node V1 will be 4 plus V1 minus 20 by 2 plus V1 minus VTH by 4 equal to 0. Right. Or we'll get V1 by 2 and V1 by 4, which is 3 by 4 V1 minus 1 by 4 VTH equal to 6. This is our equation number 1. Now, equation number 2 with respect to this node VTH. The equation will be, there are 3 branches associated. We can take current as leaving. So, VTH by 4 plus VTH minus 20 by 2 plus VTH minus V1 by 4 is equal to 0. Or we can write minus 1 by 4 V1 plus VTH is equal to 10. This is equation number 2. So 2 equations, 2 unknowns. We can solve it and we'll get VTH is equal to 13.09 volt. Thus we got VTH. Now we need to find out RTH. For that we have to short circuit all the voltage source and open circuit all the current source. So let's do that. So here there is a current source. I am removing it from the circuit and open circuiting it. Here there is a voltage source. So let's replace it by a short circuit. Okay. So this is the circuit. And we need to find out the effective resistance when you look through this point. Let this point be A and this point be B. So this is also B, right? This point is also B. That means 2 ohm is connected between A and B. 4 ohm is also connected between A and B. this 4 and 2 is in series. Okay. So 6. That will be connected between A and B. So RTH is 6 parallel to parallel 4, which on simplification we'll get it as 1.09 ohm. Therefore, we got VTH as well as RTH. Therefore, the value of RL for which maximum power transfer take place is 1.09 ohm. And maximum power transfer P max equal to VTH squared by 4 RTH. VTH was 13.09. So 13.09 the whole squared divided by 4 into 1.09. And the answer is 39.3 watts. So the next question is, find the value of RL for which maximum power get transferred. Also find the maximum power transferred. So again, the circuit consists of only resistors, but here there is a dependent source. So to find out RTH, we need to find out both VTH as well as ISC. So first let us find out VTH. So to find out VTH, we have to remove this from the circuit. And this voltage with respect to ground is VTH. Or the voltage at this point can be written as VTH. Now there is another node here. Let's write this as V1. Here there is a voltage 12. So we write two node equations, one with respect to V1 and other with respect to VTH. So first let's start with the V1. So what will be the equation? 1, 2, 3, 4 values. 2 plus V1 minus 12 by 4 plus V1 by 4 plus V1 minus VTH by 2 equal to 0. That is with respect to node 1. So that will be V1 by 4, V1 by 4 and V1 by 2 will be V1 minus 1 by 2 VTH is equal to 3 minus 2, that is 1. So this is equation number 1. This is with respect to the node V1. Now with respect to the next node say VTH, this one, 2 ampere is entering, so let's keep it as such. 2 is equal to VTH minus V1 by 2 plus this branch VTH minus 2i minus 12. VTH minus 2i minus 12 divided by 4. That's all, right? 1, 2, 3 branches. Now what is this I? I is V1 by 4. I equal to V1 by 4. We can substitute it. And on simplification, we'll get it as 1 by 2 and 1 by 8. So finally, we'll get the equation as minus 0.625 V1 plus 0.75 VTH is equal to 5. Okay, this is equation number 2. Now we can solve these two, 1 and 2, and we'll get VTH equal to 12.857 volt. Okay. Now we need to find out ISC because the circuit contains a dependent source. So in order to find out RTH, we'll have to find out ISC also. So let's change the circuit to find out ISC. What you have to do? We have to replace this by a short circuit. Right. This current is ISC. Okay. So we can write the first node equation with respect to V1. The equation will be V1 minus 12 by 4 plus V1 by 4 plus now what is the voltage at that point which were initially VTH? Now what is this voltage? This voltage is connected to ground, so this voltage at this point is 0. So the equation will be V by 2 or V1 minus 0 by 2 plus 2 equal to 0. So on solving that, we will get V1 by 4, V1 by 4, V1. This is V1 is equal to minus 2 plus 3, that is 1 volt. Okay. Now we will write the equation with respect to that 0 volt. 2 ampere is entering, so 2 is equal to 0 minus V by 2 plus 0 minus 2I minus 12 by 4 plus ISC. This is V1. V1 is 1 volt, we have found it out, and I is V1 by 4. I is V1 by 4 and V1 is 1 volt. So we can substitute that and we will get ISC equal to 5.625 ampere. Thus we got VTH as well as ISC. Now we can write down RTH. What is RTH? RTH is equal to VTH by ISC. VTH is 12.857 and ISC is 5.625. We will get it as 2.290. Okay. So we got RTH as well as VTH. Now we can find out Pmax. What is Pmax? Pmax is VTH squared by 4 RTH. So substituting for VTH and RTH, we will get Pmax. Pmax equal to 12.857, the whole squared by 4 into 2.29. We will get it as 18.05 watts. So the next question. Again, determine the value of ZL for which maximum power get transferred from source to load and also find the maximum power. So first we will have to find out VTH. Since we need to find out the maximum power, we have to find out VTH as well as RTH. So let's find out VTH first. So to find out VTH, I am slightly changing the orientation of this. Now let this point be A and B, this be C, and this is D. So our voltage source is between C and D. So I am going to draw that first. Voltage source between point C and point D, value is 150 angle 0 degree volt. Now this J10 is placed between A and C. C is here. Let this point be A. Okay. And 8 ohm is between A and D. A is here, D is here. So this is J10 and this is 8 ohm. Similarly, minus J15 is between C and B. C is here. So let this point be B. And 10 is between B and D. D is here. So here is our 10 ohm and here is minus J50. ZL is between A and B. So to find out VTH, we need to open circuit that and find out the voltage which appear across this. So to find out VTH, we need to find out VA and VB and take the difference. So first we have to find out VA. Now what is VA? VA is voltage between A with respect to ground. That is, it is the voltage across 8 ohm. So VA is nothing but it is a voltage drop across 8 ohm. Now we see that J10 and 8 are in series. Why? Because this is open, there is no other path. So same current will flow between J10 and 8, across which a 150 volt is applied. So you have a 150 volt connected in series, connected across J10 and 8 ohm. So what is voltage drop across 8? It's a voltage divider circuit. So it is the total voltage applied into that particular resistance by sum. Okay. Now this we'll get it as 93.67 angle minus 51.34 degree volt. Similarly, we can find out VB. VB is voltage across 10 ohm, which is also the same condition. Minus J15 and 10 are in series, across which 150 volt is applied. So it will be 150 into 10 by 10 minus J15, which on simplification we get as 83.2 angle 56.31 degree volt. So we got VA and VB. Now we can find out VTH. VTH is difference between these two, right? So VTH is VA minus VB. We have VA and VB, and on simplification we will get it as 12.42 minus J 142.42 volt, or in polar form it will be 142.96 angle minus 85 degree volt. So this is VTH. Now we need to find out ZTH, the Thevenin equivalent. So for that also let's change the orientation of the circuit and we'll redraw it. The same circuit is redrawn. J10 is between A and C, 8 is between A and B, same way. So we have to find out ZTH. So we can easily say 8 parallel J10 in series with 10 parallel minus J50. So ZTH can be written as 8 parallel J10 in series with 10 parallel minus J50. On simplification, we'll get it as 11.8 minus J.72 ohm. So here the equivalent, Thevenin equivalent is impedance ZTH. The load is also impedance. So we can write ZL is equal to, if I write it here, so we can write it as ZL is equal to ZTH conjugate. So the value of ZL will be 11.8 plus J.72. So the circuit will be, the equivalent circuit will be, we have an ZTH which is 11.8 minus J.72, and we have a load 11.8 plus J.72, and VTH 142.96 angle minus 85. So to find out power, we cannot apply the equation VTH squared by 4 RTH if it is impedance. So in such case, P max is I squared RL. So first we'll find out I for that. I is equal to VTH by ZTH plus ZL. So VTH is 142.96 angle minus 85 degree divided by, when you add this is 2 into 11.8. And we have to find out I. So when we simplify this, we get it as 6.06 angle minus 85 degree ampere. Thus we will get the current flowing through the load. Now P max is equal to modulus IL squared into RL. It is not ZL. We need to take only the real part. So this is equal to, current also we need to take only the magnitude part. So it will be 6.06 the whole squared into RL. ZL is RL plus JXL. So RL is 11.8. And the final answer is 433.34 watts. Next question, find out maximum power transfer to ZL. So again we need to find out VTH and ZTH. So first we'll find out VTH, just remove the load, replace it by open circuit and find out the voltage across this open circuited terminal. Now either you can apply node or let's find out the current flowing through this. Let's find out this current. So what will be I? I will be equal to 150 plus minus 6Vx divided by 5 minus J8. Okay. Now what is this Vx? Vx is 5I, right? If I is the current flowing through this, then Vx is 5 into I. Vx is 5I. So we can substitute here 150 minus, so it will be 30I by 5 minus J8. Now simply we can simplify this and we'll get current as 150 divided by 35 minus J8, which on simplification we'll get 4.2 angle minus 12 degree ampere. Okay, so once we get I, we can find out VTH. What will be VTH? VTH will be equal to, now this is VTH will be equal to, now these 2 point and these 2 point and these 2 point are all parallel branches. So this VTH is same as voltage across this point or voltage across this point. Okay, so once we get I, we can write it as 150. VTH can be written as 150 plus plus, so minus 5I, because 5I is the drop across 5 ohm. So 150 minus 5I, which is equal to 129.66 angle minus 2.07 degree volt. So this is just one method. If you want, you can use the node equation itself by writing the voltage here as VTH. 2 branches, you can write the node equation and find out VTH. Both ways you will get the same answer for VTH. Now the next step is we need to find out ISC. So for that we need to short circuit the terminal. So we have short circuited the output terminal and we need to find out ISC. So ISC will be current flowing through this branch plus current flowing through this branch. So if this is I1 and this is I2, ISC will be sum of current flowing through both the branches. So ISC equal to, now what is current flowing through this branch? It will be 150 by 5. 150 by 5 plus what is current flowing through this branch? It is 6Vx by minus J8. Now what is Vx? Vx is drop across this. So Vx is 150 by 5 is the current flowing through that branch, into that resistance is 5. Okay, so Vx is also 150. So this is equal to 30 plus 6 into 150 divided by minus J8. On simplification, this will be equal to 116.43 angle 75 degree ampere. So we got VTH as well as ISC. Now we can find out ZTH. ZTH equal to VTH by ISC. That is 1.114 angle minus 77.07 degree ohm, or this is 0.249 minus J 1.085. So that is ZTH. So the Thevenin equivalent is also impedance and the load is also impedance. So what will be ZL? ZL will be conjugate. So we can write ZL equal to ZTH conjugate, which is 0.249 plus J 1.085 ohm. Now we can draw the equivalent circuit. VTH. Then we have a 0.249 minus J 1.085. Then we have our load 0.249 plus J 1.085. Okay, what was VTH? VTH was 129.66 ankle minus 2.07 volt. Now we can find out the current flowing through this. IL is equal to 129.66 ankle minus 2.07 divided by sum will be 2 into 0.249. We will get the current as 260.36 ankle minus 2 ampere. Now from there we can write down P max. What is P max? P max equal to modulus IL squared into RL. What is RL? RL is the real part. So 260.36 square into the real part 0.249, which is 16879.23 watts.